Blessings, everyone. Before commencing with the individual sign weekly readings, let us have a look at the incoming wave or general shift that is coming to all people. Remember, incoming waves extend beyond the single week in influence. These are shifts in the energetic dynamic that are integrating into the new normal. Please also remember, though this wave is already being experienced by many, including myself, these are forecasts of incoming changes. They are not intended to be immediately relatable to those viewing ahead of time, and so they may not be right away. This wave is personified by the Hermit and the Fool. At a glance, it almost felt paradoxical, but that is not so. There is much movement here. This week begins a turn towards deep transition with many trade-offs. The Hermit presents a shift that is spiritually and energetically altering the personal landscape, while the Fool ushers forth new beginnings and departures from old journeys. It is a feeling of abrupt turns and trades, as many stories and phases are suddenly brought to an end to make room for fresh starts and clean slates. Freedom. With this also comes resurrection and connection opportunities with many aspects of self and spiritual kin across many spaces and lifetimes. Remember the return to innocence energies that began to take hold in March. This may be difficult or uncomfortable for those invested in a focus or an outcome, especially if personal healing or identity is wrapped up in that focus or outcome. Remind them of the importance of flow. Show support for the choices to stop going in circles. It's okay to take time away from spaces and those who are not, or choose not to be, ready to take on this week. Make as much room as you can for your gifts. Let the wave do its work. Remember, there is grace here. The new presents before the old departs. Explore the options presenting with discernment and non-judgment. Let the arrival of new opportunities, adventures, breakthroughs, foreignness, and reunions be the mixed bag blessing it is. Alright, Scorpio, now that we've had a chance to look over the incoming wave, let's see how it actually lands for you for this coming week. Just a quick reminder for everybody, if you ever want to get a session, you do need to go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can open the down bar below and follow the myriad of links there to whatever video or my website, wherever you're trying to go. These here are just some sacred geometry symbols that I've been working with while working with my group. I'm not running around like playing Full Metal Alchemist with, while everyone else is inside doing shelter in place. At least not yet. So let's have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your cards for this coming week. For your archetypal themes, the background energy that's affecting all areas of your life, right? Not just one spot, we have the Sun upright. And so it's kind of interesting because your trade-off, right, that we just spoke about, the incoming wave, is coming in the form of sort of the removal of all impurity that is going on in all areas of your life. The removal of impurity. When I say impurity, I'm talking about things that have gotten distorted, things that may have gotten a little cross-contaminated. When we talk about friendships, we talk about relationships, we talk about projects, we talk about jobs, things along those lines, adventures and journeys that we are on. If anything has become oppressed, distorted, discordant, or kind of gotten away from its pure intent, or maybe it wasn't really like crystal clear in the first place, the Sun is actually going to be, kind of doing, I guess what you might call a bit of a flash on all of that, and it's overlighting all of these experiences. So it's cleaning up and cleaning out a lot of, a lot of discordance, a lot of negativity around you. But what's also happening is that the trade is that it's fortifying that, which is meant to kind of stay. So you might be noticing this week there is a heavy amount of dismantling and a heavy amount of empowerment all at the same time. With the Sun, we are trying to return everything to its pure, innocent and divine truth. We're kind of getting rid of all of the distortion, getting rid of the contaminations, getting rid of the impurities this week. And this could be going on, in your relationships, with a job project that you're on. You may notice that this is a week where a lot of your vibrations are starting to raise and your frequency is starting to raise really, really quickly, because this is an empowering card. But what happens when depending on where we are in our own work and on our own spiritual path, and, again, my readings are for people that work the spiritual path, what can sometimes happen is there can be a bit of a shock, right? We might not know something or someone, or, was not really compatible with what was completely, again, in its pure divine organic truth. We might find out that, that something actually was when we believed it wasn't. It's an interesting sort of, sort of flashing. I keep seeing a flash, like there's a flash. For some reason, some of you may be getting visions of flashes this week, where all of a sudden there's a lot of timeline reparation going on, a lot of reality reparation going on. This is going to be a mixed bag, however, just like for everybody, because with the Sun card upright, it's almost like something is coming in and clearing out all of the, the weeds and the, toxic elements of the soil of your garden and fertilizing your crops all at the same time. But you might be surprised when you see certain things grow really, really big when you didn't think they could, and that some things need to go when you didn't know that they would be a problem. So this is a week where you get a chance to understand that, but also you get to see the story, right? You get to understand what is going on there. And again, everything returning to its own pure truth is also going to be a very healing thing, even on a personal level. In fact, as we get to news and arrivals, we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So when it comes to maybe news that we're getting from friends, relatives, collaborators, teammates, other people, the Ten of Pentacles reverse is indicating that something is giving you a heads up that it's going to have to come to an end here pretty soon. Now, this could be something that you're okay with, right? This might be something where you are finding out, all right, well, it's not ending now, but it is kind of wrapping itself up. That's the thing about the Ten of Pentacles reversed. We're seeing something that can't be sustained anymore as it is, but it's not just getting plucked out instantaneously, but we have to begin the closing up or the wrapping up process. This could be the end of maybe a collaboration. This could be possibly something going on with a family situation or a family arrangement that needs to kind of break apart and go another way. We may be finding out about something that needs to change as it relates to maybe some social contacts that we are keeping, some groups that we're connected to. And quite possibly with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, this could even be some good news for you, because I'm also getting that there is a short-term gain, like a one-time blessing coming your way to bring something to a satisfactory conclusion that needs to be concluded. As we get to material resources, well, it's okay, right? We've got the Page of Pentacles upright, so there is actually a very blessed new beginning popping up here. In fact, with the Page of Pentacles upright, we're seeing an offer. We're seeing something coming your way that is going to actually be sort of put on the table for you to evaluate. That could be the offer of either, financial abundance, or an offer of either a new job, a new service to provide, a new business partnership. There's something coming in here to replace that which is kind of moving out. So it's kind of carrying in line with the displacement waves of March, but also with the Page of Pentacles upright, it does feel like somebody is actually really helping you here. Like this is something where you're kind of also finding a way to apply your own ideal service or what you think you want to give to the world to whatever this new service, this new job, this new person, this new opportunity is. And it seems to be either well-funded or something that is already capable of supporting you even better than the old. So that's actually a really cool thing to see pop up here. Now with relationships, love and romance, we've got the Eight of Cups upright. And it does look like the topic of wrapping things up is very, very strong here. And I feel like for a lot of you who are maybe, available, looking for new love, looking for new romance, with the Eight of Cups upright, it's abundantly clear that if you're looking for love right now, there will be somebody showing up, but this is not somebody that is in your immediate space, okay? So it's kind of going beyond the boundaries of our town, our neighborhood, or whatever you want to, however you want to put it. It does not have to necessarily be a long distance relationship, but we have to kind of let ourselves be ready to make the effort to kind of either meet halfway, maybe extend the drive, if we're going to do the drive right now, we might just keep it online considering the circumstances, right? It's not all linear, black and white, super simple, and run, don't walk from people who want to make it so. You find a way, but you will have your opportunity, but it's something where, extend your search radius on your, on your dating apps if you're doing it that way. Because the Eight of Cups upright says we're kind of done with the space that we're in. We are so done with maybe the people around us. We are so done with this town. It's time to kind of move on. There might be somebody coming into your space or somebody that catches your eye that is absolutely worth your pursuit. And it does also look like there is this person here who is going to be a part of you kind of stepping into the next phase of your own personal journey, whatever that is. For those of you who are currently coupled and in established relationships, the Eight of Cups upright says a lot of this energy is coming right from your partner, and maybe even from yourself. The Eight of Cups is kind of giving a sense in some way, maybe not literally or relating to like a living situation, but it could be, any kind of social situation, any kind of work circumstance. You and a partner are kind of deciding that we need to pull up anchor in some way. We need to be finding a way to let ourselves be more free, give ourselves a bit more freedom of movement. Yes, a lot of you Scorpio people may be finding out from a partner or from, or maybe this is something that you both agree on your own, that maybe we want to, do something different when it comes to where we live, or the friends we hang out with, or maybe where we want, how we want to kind of spend our time together, or we want to travel more, we want to go on more adventures. A partner is going to be making a big departure from their usual lifestyle, and I think that this could actually be quite invigorating because it is allowing for departures to be not only something that is freeing for both of you, but something that is going to allow for a nice breakaway, allow for a bit of a new life to be had for all concerned. And I think that this Eight of Cups energy, a lot of you are already going to be feeling that restlessness as we get into it. I think that the appeal of the freedom from the old dense routine is going to be so strong and so palpable, even if we haven't embraced it yet, that we are willing to completely trade our old life for the new life. So I hope that made sense. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.